going to have a go with Patons Denim-y, a new yarn by yarnspirations.com. This skein is 3 ounces or 85 grams. There's about 144 yards or 132 meters in each skein. It's 68% cotton, 16% wool, and 16% acrylic. This color that I have is called light blue denim. It is a medium weight yarn, number 4. If you knit with it, you'll need a size 8 or 5mm knitting needle. You'll get 17 stitches and 24 rows in a 4x4 inch square or 10 centimeter square. If you crochet with it, you'll need a size I or 5.5mm hook. You'll get 12 single crochets and 13 rows in a 4 inch or 10 centimeter square. This is, let's see what the care instructions say. I know it's washable, but I'm not sure what that one little dot means. I guess it just means, maybe that means cool water? Hand wash or wash in the machine with cool water? We'll see. And this is tumble dry, cool. This must be what that is. I think that dot means cool. So machine wash and machine dry in cool, cold water. Do not bleach, do not iron, and do not dry clean. But we'll double check on the inside of the label because it says care instructions are on the reverse side of the label. So we'll open that up and find out. Now, if you'd like the pattern for this Denim-y hoodie, you can go to the Yarnspirations website and you'll get that pattern. There's lots of other patterns you can get on the Yarnspirations website as well, www.yarnspirations.com. And you just take your time picking what you want from that. So, let's get to know this yarn a little bit better. First, I want to take that label off and see what the, or maybe I can just read it this way. For the care instructions, yeah, I'll just read it this way. It says, wash in warm water. Okay. At permanent press setting. Do not bleach. Machine dry at low heat setting. Do not iron. Do not dry clean. So I was wrong. It's not cold water. It's warm water. Wash in. Oh, you know what? It doesn't say warm. It just says wash in water. Not exceeding 30 degrees centigrade or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So I think I was right. Cool water. So you need to wash it in cool water and dry it on a cool setting. So I was right. Nice. I don't know why I thought that said warm. My eyes were going bad. Need to go to the eye doctor. So I do not see a strand coming from the outside. So I don't have to worry about hiding it under the label. I'll double check on all these and see if they're all that way. Yeah, looks like they're all that way. That's unusual. I've never seen a yarn from Yarnspirations like that before. Always time for something new, I guess. So now we're just going to dig in the center and find the beginning of the center. It's kind of hard to find the center because this, just the way the yarn feels. Ah, there we go. I got lucky. Yay! There's the center. This yarn, let's see how it's made. I better put my glasses on so I can see a little bit better here. It is, it's kind of like a braided yarn, I think that's what you call it. See all these these strands? And they're all braided together. And it has a fluff to it, which I think is the acrylic and wool So it's cotton, and it must have a little acrylic and wool core that's fluffy, and that makes it have that fluffy texture to it. But it feels dry. It feels like it would be an absorbent yarn, so it would be good for a summer fabric. But the wool could give it some warmth. So if you made it, I think if you crocheted a jacket with this, it would have some warmth to it. With it being crocheted, it would be double-stranded, you know, with each stitch, so it would make it feel warmer. So, alright, that's my little 2 cents for what it's worth. Let's try to knit with it using my size 8 needles. If you hear a machine in the background, it's my neighbors. I think they're cutting the grass or something. They're doing something out there. This yarn knits very easily. The yarn flows well. It flows nicely, but it's catching in the center, I think, because it's pulling the outside strand in there. I think it's gotten it mixed in there. Yeah, I got a little catch here. Sometimes that happens. But we'll make it through. We'll make it work. I'll put that in the back. This is the yarn I'll be working with anyway. Alright. It flows nicely, but it would be easy for a beginner to split this yarn because of all of those strands that it's made up of. So I don't think I would recommend this yarn for a beginner. I think it would be better for someone who's used to feeling the yarn and knowing how to work with it. But if you have your mind set on using this yarn and you are a beginner, you can make it happen. Just be patient with yourself. Try different needles. Sometimes the needles that you're using make it hard to work with the yarn. I don't think that this would work well with wood needles, because I think it would grip the yarn too much. You need some needles that will let the yarn flow, like these plastic ones, or metal needles would work well with this yarn, because this yarn has a little bit of a grip to it. It feels, reminds me of gauzy, like cotton, gauze. That's what it feels like, if that helps you understand how the yarn feels. But the wool and acrylic gives it a halo, where the little, a halo is where the strands are kind of fuzzy looking. It's like the yarn is glowing, a haze around it. So you'll see that with this yarn. It's just the way the yarn is made. All yarns are different. Some yarns are very smooth. Some yarns are kind of rough. This yarn is soft, comfy to the touch, very comfy. I think it would be great to make like a hoodie or a tank top or a shell, like a sleeveless top, or a dress. It would work well to make a summer dress, or baby things would be nice made with this. I think even a baby blanket would work good, but then, you know, just remember this is machine wash and dry in cold water. So it knits very easily. Just try different needles until you find the ones that are right for the yarn. And for me, these plastic needles are perfect. The yarn is flowing really well. I like the look of the light blue the wool is what gives it the color, because the cotton is white throughout, but the wool and the acrylic is what's giving it that color underneath. So now I'm going to do some purl stitches. It's purling very well. I think I'm going to be able to get a good stitch definition with this yarn. I'm using it for the very first time right now, so I'm figuring it out as I go. There. Yeah, it does give good stitch definition. Down there's the garter stitch. Up here's the stockinette. And you can see every single stitch very clearly. So it gives you good stitch definition. It has a nice body, nice texture. Make a good, I think you'd be really happy with what you make with this. So now you've seen it knitted. Let's crochet with it. Did you see my mug over here? Isn't that pretty? I love that. Found that at a discount store. It's got that cabled knitted design on it. I thought, that's so cool. That must be mine. So now it is. It is mine. Alright, let's try to crochet. Again, I'm using a size I hook. I think it's a little unusual that the knitting calls for a 5mm needle and the crochet calls for a 5.5mm hook. So I might try it with a 5mm and see what the difference is. There must be a reason why they want us to use an I hook. I wonder what that machine next door is. I keep hearing it. It doesn't really sound like a lawnmower because it's staying in one spot. They're doing something over there. Maybe I'll go look out the window in a little while and find out. I have a curious mind. I must know. I must know. There. I will turn with a single again. I'm wondering how this would work with a size H hook. Because the eye feels a little fat to me. Feels a little like it's a little bit too thick. But I guess there's a reason why they want us to use an eye. I'm going to finish this row. Maybe it's just the way the fabric looks as you use it. That could be the reason. Let's do some half doubles. Yeah, there we go. It's a little bit fiddly here with the half doubles, because the hook is trying to grab hold of those wool parts that are sticking out in the yarn. I guess the more you use it, the easier it'll get. I enjoyed knitting with it more than I do crocheting with it. Crocheting is taking a little bit of work. Because it's, the hook is trying to grab hold of the yarn. I'm going to try with an H hook and see how I like it. Because part of me feels like I would like it better with a smaller hook. So let's see how it looks. It's definitely working easier with the H hook, but I'm just wondering how the fabric will look. The fabric that I made with the I hook feels too loose. Feels too, it's not standing up very well. Feels fiddly. Not fiddly, feels floppy. I'm going to try with the H. See how it holds up. I'm liking how it works on the hook better with the H. Seems like the hook is not grabbing hold of the yarn so much. It's letting it flow. Half doubles are working easier with the H hook. And the doubles are working better with the H hook. Everything just feels better with the H hook as I'm working with it. But I might not like the look of the fabric, so I'm going to wait till I finish this row and then I'll see how it goes. Sometimes the recommendation that they give you is based on how the fabric looks and not on how it feels. Okay, so that off. Here at the bottom is where I used the I hook, and up here at the top is where I used the H hook. And I really don't see much difference. The I hook seemed like it, the stitches are a little bit too loose to me, and I like the way that the H hook worked better with it. So my personal opinion is the H hook is better with this yarn. The I hook felt like it was too fat. So there you go. That's my review of Patons Denim-y. You can purchase it on yarnspirations.com website or your favorite yarn place that you like to buy yarn from. Craft shop in your area. Have fun with your yarn like I do. See you later. Bye.